There are a lot of professionals that we work with, and in New York City it's a lot easier, I think, to navigate. But one of the most important things that I found is to somehow let them know that Nicholas has two dads, either by referring to my husband or, however, it will always become relevant at some point in the conversation. It's not a superfluous comment. And sometimes it's made if they make the initial assumption that I have a wife, and then I'll say, no, I have a husband, and then it's out there. But letting them know and establishing it, fairly early on, and then there really isn't an issue after that. If they get a pronoun wrong, I'll correct them. But honestly, I prefer if people have questions about our family and they're not crass in asking them, and if they're honest in asking those questions, I'll be happy to answer them because I want people to understand our family is like everybody else's. And I think professionals see that because their focus is primarily and appropriately on the children, and if they see a happy child, regardless of the mom or dad or two moms or two dads, I think that's what their goal is. At this stage in the game, I feel like the information about us being gay parents, it's good information for other people to have because it gives them an accurate view of our family, but I don't think it necessarily will affect the way that they treat us or they treat our child. When he gets older and when other behavioral development happens, and certainly puberty and him understanding his sexuality and his identity as a person, then I think the information is going to be more important, and the more comfortable you are with sharing that kind of specific information with a professional, I think the better outcome you're going to get. What I look for in a professional, I can tell you, is someone who's had experience. One of the things that I think is really helpful in my practice is the fact that I've gone through second parent adoption myself, that the work that I have done for others, I know intimately, and I can explain the process to them. I can explain what the potential emotional issues are going to be and what the costs are going to be. So to certainly have experience myself helps. But what I will say is, certainly for people who are working in the legal profession, to understand where things have come from, where the journey has been, the sort of legal history that has brought us to where we are today. And then you understand how you can fill in the gaps for legal protections. For mental health care professionals, I would certainly suggest to go and look at facilities that target LGBTQ families and individuals, and try to do an internship there if you're interested in working with the community, so you can get an idea of what the issues are that come up, because it may not be what you think. I think a lot of the issues that we deal with as gay parents are issues that everybody deals with, but there's just an extra level on top of that. But for sort of a baseline of what I would look for in a professional is certainly somebody who is comfortable, somebody who gets the pronouns right, somebody who asks about my family and asks about my husband and takes time to get to know who I am and who our family is. And I think that breaks the ice.